I'm going to try something new, sprouting tomatoes and peppers indoors. The tomato and pepper plants I had last year, they came from the store because I tried planting some myself and they never sprouted. Tomatoes and peppers are different from other plants because they require warm temperatures. Right now, it's only in the 60s and low 70s on some days, not warm enough to sprout tomatoes and peppers. So indoors, you can control the environment and make it warmer so that these seeds will germinate. I've filled the starter tray most of the way to the top with soil already, and now I'm going to drop 2 seeds into each cell. I only can get 1 plant out of each cell because it's not big enough to grow 2 plants, but if at least one of them sprouts in each cell, that will be a success. Next is to cover it with some of this starter mix, and I'm going to press it in with my fingers. It's very spongy. When I push it down, it puffs back up, so it takes a little bit of time to work it down into the starter tray. Now it's time to add water, and I'm going to do that with a spray bottle because the spray bottle is much more gentle than just pouring out water from a watering can. If I were to do that, it would probably splash the soil right out of those cells, and I would have to start all over again and replant the seeds. Now it's time for the new part of this experiment, using a heat mat. So a heat mat is a mat that you plug into the wall and it gets warm. And I've never used a heat mat before, so this will be an experiment, but I can feel that it's warm. The idea is that you put the plants on the heat mat and it's going to keep them warm, and it will be warm enough to germinate plants like tomatoes and peppers, which require a warmer temperature to germinate. The layer of cardboard should help distribute the heat more evenly, and then the starter tray goes inside this little plastic tub, which I fill with water. The bottom of the starter trays have holes in them, so right now that water is being drawn up through those holes, soaking into the soil. Not all experiments are successful, and this one was less successful than I had hoped. Only 1 cell sprouted. Both of the seeds inside of 1 cell sprouted, and nothing else did. So I don't quite know why. Maybe the heat mat was too warm, maybe it wasn't warm enough, maybe there were bad seeds in there. I really don't know, but they did not sprout. But I'm glad that I tried this experiment because at least I'll have 1 cherry tomato plant that will hopefully be growing, and I will have learned from these mistakes and hopefully be more successful in the future.